Hello. Welcome to your post-work physics class. Good evening, everybody. We're kicking off with some nikke. We'll be traditionally doing Silver and Blood in the second half. Starting off with a reminder to drink more water. It's always important. Let me make a Discord post really quick. And we'll put one over here. I always like to post on my community Discord, of course, but then I also post on the official nikke community, just in case. It's a way for like new people to find it. All right, let's collect some red dots, which is always my worst enemy. Collect some stuff in the shop, and I'm already hunching forward. Dude, chat. Remind me, okay? Remind me. Lean back. If you see me like doing this, like tell me to sit up straight. Alright. More stuff in the shop. Ooh, we got core dust today. Always a good day when there's core dust in the shop. I'm a little low energy today, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I don't want to play or that I don't want to stream, but I'm just like a little lower energy. It's nice weather. It was like cloudy and like, I don't know what some people might consider to be like gloomy outside. It rained for like 15 minutes and then stopped. It's supposed to rain later again tonight. But yeah, definitely my kind of weather. But it's also like cozy weather, you know? So maybe that's why I'm like lower energy. Let me move this over a little bit. There we go. It's like having to look over to the side just to see the screen. Anyway, let me see who we have in chat. We got Lone Syndicate, got Sophia Graham, Grimjaw, Mr. True. Hello, hi, hey, hi. What's up? One of the rare times you actually have water next to me when Sparks reminds me to hydrate. Good. At least you were prepared. Like, you know, having the option is half the battle, right? If you don't even have water, then like what are you gonna do? Sparks needs a posture check redeem on Twitch. You know, honestly, I do. I haven't set up features like that where you can like renew points for specific things. I've definitely been lacking. I don't know, I just never got into like all the like unique features like that of Twitch. I should, honestly, like, because that is one of the things that kind of like sets Twitch apart for unique stuff, but I just like never have. Nothing like playing video games. Holocaust inside. Well, the rain is thundering outside. Yeah, dude. Hearing like rain on the window and then just like chilling, playing games, drinking tea, Netflix and chill, whatever, like those are like in a hoodie, like that's definitely my vibes. It's just now like starting to get into like actual like hoodie weather here though, because it's still been like pretty warm. Like it's not even that hot where I live, but it's like still warm enough, right, where it's still just like t-shirt weather. What's up, Dr. Eagles? Welcome. What's up, Warlock Warlord? Welcome as well. Hey, did you guys see the new figure that was just announced for Trina? That looks crazy. I never thought what the back of Trina's dress looked like before I saw the figure. I was like, wow, did they just like do this for the figure? It's risque, to say the least. Getting close to maxing out Anchor. Got several people getting up here. Got Trina 28, Anchor, Ein, and then Crust at 27. Solo raid is, although we can't do challenge yet. Cannot do challenge yet. I don't even know what the boss's mechanics are at all. I mean, I could read them, but I mean, like, which we'll actually go through them on stream. later. But like, I kill the boss so fast, like whether it was the story mode or the solo raid, and I even purposely picked like a super weak team because like, all right, I kind of want to see what the boss does, and like, yeah, I could have gone undercover and just straight up watched it, but I was like, you know, just put it on auto, and I still just like ended the battle in 2 seconds, even with like what I thought was just like a dumb team. So I was like, okay, I guess we're still not going to see what the boss does yet. Let's go Clay. There's a lot of units that got a figure Warlock, but yeah, I mean, like both of those Clay and Bay got figures. I'm like, I don't know, like let's just pretty much everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people got figures. Like Rapid Red Hood has a figure, Little Mermaid has a figure, Trina, I think Mary does, Clay, Sora, Isabel. I don't think a Haran has, oddly enough, which that would make a dope figure. Scarlet, I think Rapunzel has too. Modernia, unfortunately Nihilister has not. Red Hood has gotten several of them. Crown, Dorothy, Black Shadow Scarlet. I don't think Laplace has. Mihara did. Cinderella has a few. Sakura. Like, literally like a ton of units have at this point. Viper's gotten several. All the bunnies. I mean, there's so many units to go through. At this point, I would say more characters have gotten figures than have not gotten figures. I mean, it's true, Trina is like a little bit more obscure. It's true, it's true. But I think they're just like making nikke figures of everything. Except Snow White and Nile. Technically, Snow White did, but she hasn't gotten a scale figure. She got a like an action figure, which is cool, but I just don't like collect posable figures. And somehow they have not made a Nihilister one. It's wild to me that they have not made a Nihilister figure. I don't understand that at all. Where can you buy the figures? I mean, all over the place. But the big store that a lot of people go to is Ami. That's AMI. That's like probably their biggest figure vendor. But there's also like, I don't know, I can't even think of any other names off the top of my head. But there's a lot of them. But basically they're all going to be online. A lot of them will be like to order overseas. There are some domestic sales as well. And then there are even some sold directly through Shift Up. I don't know if they're currently selling any, but they have had some like in their actual Shift Up storefront. And then sometimes you can just find them, you know, at like random stores in your mall or whatever. If you're like, oh, hey, there's like a weeb store or whatever, like then they'll have figures. All right, you know what? We're gonna do the summons early. We're gonna do our daily summons early. Yeah, you can buy them from Good Smile. Yep. They're kind of sketchy, really. Haven't heard that. All right, guys. Let's get our jellyfish girl. Change. Dude, getting a Libralio in the free poll would be so clutch. Fate is not with me on this anniversary. Excuse me. All right, Niuta. Even better. If I can get a Niuta, great success. Blue. I don't think blue sparks can change, right? Blue doesn't even change to purple. I'm pretty sure there's no fake out unless it's a purple one. All right, Red Hood, let's go. Nope. Let me see, like, just because we're talking about it. It's gonna bother me. There's another really big online store that's maybe like the second biggest, or just like another major one besides AmiAmi. What is it? Give me a second while I like try and look this up. I follow them on Instagram. By the way, I have an Instagram. It's Master Sparks, just like all the other things. Follow me. I post like updates for new videos and occasionally other random stuff. I also share a lot of Nikke figures on there, like new Nikke figure releases, stuff like that. Oh, Hobby Link Japan. Hobby Link Japan is another big one for figures. Like they just recently posted one for Bunny Soda. So, yeah. All right. Well, we missed on all the free pulls. You've had them change blue to purple? Oh, okay. I guess they can change. All right. Maybe they have for me too, and I just like haven't noticed. Still no MLB Liberalio. Just call it quits this go around. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. With the Pilgrims, the rates are so difficult. You burned everything to MLB Liberalio? Dang. You're interested in the new Maiden figure, but man, those prices. Yeah, figures are not cheap. Like a cheap figure, a scale figure is going to be like at least $100. And a lot of them are like 200, 220. There's some really insane ones that'll be like over 300 if it's like some special, but it gets super nuts. The scale matters also, depending on if it's like 1/8 versus 1/4 or something like that. All right, let's quick simulate this. Did some pulls for Liberalio to MLB, just barely had enough gems for it. Nice. I mean, at least you got there. At least you got there. So many people have gotten burned. Like, I've seen so many comments of people saying that they were not able to pull a single Nayuta or Liberalio, and they just had to pity. So did everybody do their little like anniversary statistics? There's big lag time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's take a look really quick. I posted mine on the members only Discord channel. So if you go to the notices and then, oh, I wonder if it's not here anymore because I already did it. Unless I'm blind. I thought it was listed in here. It might not be here because I already did it. But anyway, you can see all your stats for the year. But it's kind of like outdated. Like they took the data from like at least a month ago. But it's kind of fun. It shows you like how many battles you've fought and like what was your most used unit and how far you've gotten and all that kind of stuff. Will Noir get a costume gacha? I mean, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, maybe it's in the events. Can you get to it this way? Maybe it's not here. I think it just doesn't show up for me anymore because I already did it. Well, I need to claim this though. Yeah, you can find it on a Twitter post. Yeah, that's true too. Oh, let's keep doing our dailies. Interception. Got distracted. My most fought interception is Kraken. Surprise, surprise. I wonder if anybody did not get Kraken. Like, Kraken has to be 99.9% of people's most fought interception, right? Funny enough, your most trusted unit was Modernia somehow. Yeah, for me it was Eve. So from what we've been able to deduce, that's just like your highest CP unit. I don't know why they call it your most trusted unit, but whatever your highest CP unit is. So for me it's Eve.
좋은 전투였네. 다음엔 더 강한 것과 이걸로 우린 좀 더 꿈에 다가갈 수 있어.
Your most fought interception was the train. You're still pretty new. I mean, yeah, obviously if you haven't gotten to Kraken yet, then that makes sense. It's not going to be the Kraken. So yeah, it's train, sure. I guess I should have said, for anybody who is doing anomaly interception, it's going to be Kraken. Alright, I think we just don't fight anybody. I'm already ranked 12, and everybody else is much higher CP. Like, everybody is at least 25% more powerful than I am. So we'll just call that a day. Can we beat this guy? We can beat this guy, right? Dr. Eagle says his most trusted was not was Cindy, but it's oh no, it was SBS, but your highest CP is Cindy. Interesting. Well, I don't know what that means then. I mean, that was just our best guess from talking to people on Discord, because I really don't know what most trusted unit means. And for most people, it was their highest CP unit. But yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Warlock used Doro, Crown, and Modernia the most. Gonna be a while until Siren takes the place from Doro. Let me see. What were my most let's see. Let's restore this. All right. Well, what were my most used units? I don't even remember. I achieved the most victories with leader. No surprise. Because I mean, since day one, like, leader's gonna have been like the most used unit. Second most was Crown, because Crown has since then become the most used unit, right? For like the last year. And then my third most used unit is Modernia, which is kind of surprising. Not too surprising, I guess, but yeah. Leader, then Crown, then Modernia. And most trusted was Eve, whatever that means. Same for you, Dr. Eagles. Leader, Crown, and Modernia. Sudden says anniversary was so good to me. Got both limited units, Red Hood, and 14 other new nikkes. Bro. It's a come up. Oh, that's it. That's it. All right. I thought I had another one. Some people don't struggle. Yeah, some people just get all the limited units and 14 new ones too. Just, you know, those are the people you blame if you don't pull anything. You're like, oh, that's where all the copies of my units went. As soon as you break the 160 wall, you're going to be what the kids call in business. Is being in business a new term? I feel like if anything that's kind of an old term. Unless I'm so old that being in business now has like a new definition. And I don't even know. Oh my god. A rapture jumped on my face. A rapture jumped on my face. And now we're here. Just focus on this stupid rapture over here, okay? Rappy's just gonna have to do it herself. Do everything all on her own. I'm gonna get there, goddammit. Just can't run out of time. There we go. Kayvon says, I got the I got the Red Hood gotcha for $10. Wow. That is extremely lucky. Keep winning, man. Keep winning. Legitimately scared that someday your pull luck will run out? Oh, it will, it will. Lone Syndicate's top 3 were Leader, of course, for a lot of people, Viper, and Maiden. Dude, honestly, major respect for using the, like, random units. The joke is that you're also old. I mean, dude, sometimes though, I feel like I start to question things. Like, that's how you know you're getting old. When you're, like, no longer sure if, like, something is new or not. You're like, all right, well, this meant something. Like, that sounds old to me, but maybe it's, like, a new thing for people, and I don't even know it. If you guys are liking the stream, please give it a like. Hit that thumbs up. Definitely helps me out. Hey, who saw my video on Dragon Traveler? It's a funny new game that's coming out. My first ever sponsored video. That was kind of a new experience. Like, had like contracts and everything, and me having to sort of like vet the DM from Discord they got contacted through, being like, "Is this a real thing?" and stuff like that. It was kind of cool. It was interesting. It was a learning experience. The game looks fun though. I wanted to be able to show you guys more actual gameplay, but for various reasons I was not able to do that. But yeah, we'll see a bit more of it later on. Totally pre-registered for Dragon Traveler. Nice. You did. Nice. What else am I doing here? Why do I have a... What do I have that's new? I have a new sticker? From what? Am I going crazy? Oh, I did just... I am going crazy, guys. Do you like my purple theme? I've got all purple units here. I got a purple banner. I got a purple Liberalio. It kind of happened by accident, and then I was like, actually, I like this. Kind of got a Konosuba vibe. Reminds you of that anime. I have not seen that anime. Let me see. Konosuba. Okay. I mean, just from like a quick search and seeing images, I can see how you get a similar vibe. Yeah. My favorite thing is that it just like doesn't take itself too seriously, right? Like it's just like it knows it's wacky and it's you know, it's trying to be funny. That's what it's about. Okay, so let's go to Goddess Fall. Hey, we actually have a new stage. All right. I've been using this team for every challenge ever since the Stellar Blade collab. Yeah, we've gotten enough depression and death from Nikke, for real. Hey, if you guys could only choose one burst 1 to use again for every game mode, and it had to be either Siren or Rappy Red Hood, and like you can also use Rappy Red Hood as like a burst 3 sometimes too if you want, but like what would you choose? Either Siren or Rappy Red Hood as your like do everything burst 1? Pretty soon 2 of the gotchas you play will be because of influencer sparks. Nice. Dang, I'm so influential. How's my surface mode coming? I actually did do a little bit more surface mode. I am definitely not like far. I think I'm in, just got to sector 2 or whatever. Is that what they're called? I made it through whatever that gate was. People are voting Siren, 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 Siren. We got one Rappy in chat. One Rappy. You like the bubbles in the focus fire? Yeah. Yeah, I think if, like, for just pure damage output on most squads, Rappy will generally get you more damage. But there's just so much more utility to Siren, right? She makes a lot of things easier. and still like can do quite a bit of damage. Lone Syndicate is still in the tutorial of surface mode. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are probably not super motivated on it, to be honest. And the tutorial is long. Like, the tutorial is like a whole thing, you know? And to be honest, I was a little disappointed that we're no longer using the mass-produced nikkes. I kind of wish surface mode was just a thing that kept the spotlight on the mass-produced nikkes. I thought it was cool how it started that way. I was like, hey, this kind of shows, like, what are, like, the average nikkes doing? Like, oh, they're being sent on these missions to do these different things. I thought that was kind of a cool thing. But then, of course, everybody's just, oh, I just moved my desk by accident. Everyone's just doing all the things now. That's the second time recently that I've, like, hit that button. Biggest reason you did surface mode was that your survey answers could be actually helpful. I mean, that's admirable. The thing for me, dude, the survey was so bad. Because it asked, it was like, have you done surface mode? And I was like, yes, I have. And then it asked me a ton of questions that I didn't know the answers to and had no real valid response to. Because I had only gone through the tutorial. So I kind of knew basically how it worked. But it had a bunch of things about, you know, like, did you like to add this and this and this? And, like, stuff that I hadn't gotten to yet. And there were no options to be like, I haven't done that yet. But because I had said I had done surface mode, it just asked me everything about surface mode. It was kind of a poorly designed survey, to be honest. Her point at target, yeah, the focus fire is very helpful, for sure. You had a lot of feedback for the survey on surface mode? Yeah? Not too much of a fan of the surface mode. Feels super tedious. I mean, to be honest, I mean that's a fair critique. You know, that's totally fair. I think for me, I don't even know if I have a problem within it or if I have any like real suggestions for it. It seems designed well enough, I guess. But I think it's just something that I'm not that interested in, right? Like, I'm not the target demographic for it, if that makes sense. I'm not the player base they're looking for, maybe, for that. Because, you know, there's already, like, a lot of things to do. And so, you know, just in general in the game. And it's not something that's, like, super interesting to me. And so now I'm kind of like, it's another thing to do. But from what I've done, I mean, it seems, you know, fun enough. I don't know if I see any, like, particular, like, bad design decisions. But I haven't really thought about it that much either, to be honest. Like, I'm sure there are things they could improve. But it's just not something that I'm, like, motivated to do. And I don't know if I don't think that's necessarily a reflection of it being bad. It's just not a thing that I'm interested in. Feels like another checkbox to do. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, that's fair. And honestly, that's why I haven't made a guide for it. I know several people asked me to make a surface mode guide, and as a content creator, I probably should have, but I couldn't motivate myself, because if I'm gonna make a guide, it needs to be a real guide, right? Like, I can't just be like, oh, here's a thing, then you click on the blah 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 blah. Like, you know, I'm not. You guys know me. Like, I'm not gonna just like half-ass something like that. And I couldn't, like, get mentally invested in it enough to make a real guide. Because I was like, this isn't very interesting. But I'm sure some people are having fun with it. But, so, like, Dr. Diggles or anybody else, like, what are the things for you? You said you had a lot of feedback. What are the things that they could improve that would make you want to play it more? Because if you have feedback, like what is that? You know, I'm curious. Fighting a boss is super annoying to do as well because it's hard to move the squads out of the AoE, and having to single click to move them is really not easy. I kind of see that. I see that. I feel like, yes. I mean, part of that is kind of like, you know, oh, skill issue. Well, you just got to be able to click faster. So, I mean, that, but I do feel like there should be, you know, like for a lot of like real-time strategy games, you can like drag like a box, like multi-select, and then like, you know, grab a whole group and like tell them to go in a certain direction. I feel like that should be a thing that you can do in surface mode. That would really help alleviate that issue. You know what I mean? Because I also found it a little frustrating if I have like 3 squads out there and then there's like an AoE and I'm like, move them out of the way. But like, you know, I could only like had enough time to like move one. But I mean, maybe that's the intention. Maybe you're not supposed to be able to like easily move everybody out of the way, you know? It's like you have to like make strategic decisions on like, okay, well, this is the team that I need to save versus the other ones or that kind of thing. So it just depends on what the devs were intending there, I guess. You've been doing it because the dailies are good. Kind of sucks there's more dailies to do, to be honest. Yeah, so I have not been doing dailies. Like I just yeah, I guess I'm missing out on resources by not doing the dailies. And I've just like not been stressed about it, you know. So I'm like slowly progressing, and I'm just like not even thinking about the daily tasks. Let you find Solar Raid collection items on the surface. That would be nice. Get more resources. Sudden says there's a weird lore disconnect too. Like pilgrims can waste whole groups of raptures but get spanked in surface content. Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, I think it's hard in any game to like balance lore versus just game mechanics, you know, like making things strong that should be or not. Sophia says surface mode on mobile is way too zoomed in. It's too hard to see what's going on and so slow to look around the map and find things. Yeah, I imagine I would definitely recommend putting it in horizontal mode, but yes. I see that as a problem for sure. I like, and you should be able to like pinch and like zoom in and out, right? Like that's I feel like that should be a thing that you can do on mobile, because that's, you know, you have a smaller screen, and ultimately Nikke is a mobile first game, and so that experience should definitely be optimized more. I completely agree. You need purple dolls? Dude, I have purple dolls out the wazoo. I think you'll get to the point where like you have enough purple dolls, and honestly you'll need more rare dolls. At least that's how it's been for me. Like at the beginning, it was like, yes, you needed purple dolls, but over time, I've found it to be a reverse, given a long enough timeline. Didn't expect the story feature to be too easy. I mean, that's completely the point, right? The story feature is literally so you can just see the story, you can get caught up on the lore, so then you're current with the new events that come out, but you can't unlock anything through story. So like you got to get all the rewards through normal mode. But yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a cakewalk, so you can, so like new players can then get caught up on story. All right, I guess it's solo raid time. Alright, we're going to go with this ridiculous all-win team. And then we'll take a look at actual mechanics at level 6. We'll try and see things that actually happen. Because even in the actual event, like Goddess Fall event, right? Like, I insta-killed the boss too. So I still have yet to see this boss actually fight at all. Welcome, those that just joined the stream. Alright. Level 6. You wish surface mode had some co-op like when the battery runs out at a base and raptors come to take it. You should be able to send your squads into a friend's world to help them defend their base. Dude, having a multiplayer function like that would be pretty cool. I think, you know, that might be expecting a bit much, but I agree, that would be really cool. And maybe they'll add more features. Maybe they will. It is a beta, supposedly. Okay, alright. So 7 is still going to be super easy, but let's use like a really weak team. We're gonna purposely make like a non-synergistic team, and then you know, just kind of like, you know what? Let's use Diesel. Hopefully, Diesel's not too strong. And let's see, for burst 3s. Yeah, let's put Jill in there. Why not? Let's put Jill in. NK. Alright. Alright, so before we do this, what does it actually say about the queen? So weak point wind, we already knew that. What are her abilities? Fires laser at a single nikke, dealing damage. Okay. Fires core energy, dealing damage to a single nikke. Okay. So we just have like two different like single target lasers. Different type direction laser weapon. Fires consecutive core energy, dealing damage to a single nikke. This energy can be intercepted. Effect. Taunt and attract are not possible. So we can... Is this a projectile we can shoot down? Because fires concentrated core energy, dealing damage to a single nikke. The energy can be intercepted. Maybe it just means you can take cover or use a shield. Precision guided laser weapons. Fires multiple Precision strike lasers, dealing damage to a single nikke. All right, so like these are almost like all the same thing. There's like variations of the same move. Some probably do more damage than others. Severance. That's a good show, by the way. Fires 2 sweeping lasers, dealing damage to all nikkes. Effect. Powerful attack that nikkes can take cover from to avoid additional damage to nikke. Okay, so we have a big AoE that we can take cover for. So maybe we need to duck for that. We'll see what happens in challenge. Precision cutting compressed laser weapon. Fires 2 sweeping lasers, dealing significant damage to all nikkes. Generates a code barrier to defend against attacks. When cancel rings are active, well, the code barrier is up only when nikkes can deal damage. Attack that pierces cover. Okay, so this is like our big unavoidable end everything attack where we need a wind type to shoot through the barrier so we can do the interrupt circles. Power particle beam weapon. Opens its faceplate and fires a powerful laser, dealing damage to a single nikke. Powerful attack that nikkes can take cover from to avoid. Taunt and attract is not possible. Additional effect. Okay, so this is kind of like the other one, but to a single target. And then terminal annihilation sequence. Calls down a laser barrage from its station in the sky, incapacitating all nikkes. Effect. Attacks that pierces cover can be interrupted by destroying the cancel ring. Okay, so this is another just thing we need to do the interrupt circles for. Otherwise, it looks like it hits everybody through cover and stuns us. Okay, so it doesn't really look like there's projectiles we need to block or like weird weak points we need to hit. This sounds like this is a very straightforward battle. There's like one AoE that maybe we want to take cover for, and then there are 2 interrupt circle attacks, and everything else is just like random lasers that shoot things sometimes. Let's see this in action. Lone Cynthia asks, tomorrow is challenge mode. Can you hit you with some team recommendations? Yeah, for sure. We talked about a bunch of potential teams. Let's just take some cover right here. And we'll just shoot to the side and see what happens. Okay, so there are projectiles. Big AoE. Yeah, we talked about a bunch of potential teams. Okay, hit all these things. Wait, I'm just gonna not finish this. How bad is it? Well, on level 7, it doesn't do shit to me. Presumably in challenge, that would wipe your whole team, probably. Those lasers look kind of scary. I feel like on challenge mode, that might be something you want to dodge. That big barrage of lasers that all targeted the same nikke. Alright, and we can shoot these down. So you probably want to shoot these down on challenge mode. I'm guessing those lasers right now, I think that looks like the scariest attack mode so far. And this AoE is probably something you want to take cover for, her hand swipe. Alright, very straightforward pattern here. Looks like it just goes in an arc. Oh, interesting. Okay, so circle, almost like a no sign or a letter Q. Oh, she gets stunned. So when you complete that, she kind of gets, like, stunned for a minute. So probably want to cover for those. Let's do some damage, otherwise we're going to run out of time. I have a feeling... Here's the code thing that we need to hit again. Yep, and she gets stunned. So anytime you can complete those interrupt circles, you're going to stun the boss. That's nice. Dude, it's a really cool looking boss. Yeah. Shoot her in the chest. Shoot the projectiles. Oh, she got closer. That is something you'll probably want to take cover for. That looks like on challenge mode, that could totally take out one of your nikkes. I think you probably ignore a lot of those random little laser attacks. But we'll see how hard she actually gets. So probably take cover. Take cover. Do the interrupt circles. All right. It seems like a very straightforward fight. A very straightforward fight. I'm guessing, obviously, you want to hit the interrupt circles. And you need a win code ally for when it puts up the shield. And then you want to shoot down the red balls. Although, depending on how hard she hits and your team, maybe you can ignore those. And then you probably want to cover for the big hand swipes, I'm guessing, in challenge mode. And I have a feeling that all those tiny little lasers that kind of go up in an arc and then just like target one nikke, I have a feeling in challenge mode that's going to hit super hard. And you might want to take cover with that single nikke for that attack. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of like gimmicks you really need to keep in mind. Very cool boss looking, yeah. I should have played this mode with Isabel and Haran. That's fair. Nothing for me to open here. Okay. What? Someone's not on my Discord. What are you doing with your life? Just kidding. Let me put that in chat for you. Here's a link to my Discord. Got you. All right, let's do some rerolls for Liberalio. Probably a reroll, one reroll, a single reroll. What am I doing? This one. I have one custom module? I only got one from oh my god. Alright. I thought I'd have 3 to do one reroll at least. Some total bullshit. Alright. Sup, Marky? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Vic? Did I figure out who I'd be using with Rosanna? I have not. We'll see, we'll see. I have a feeling Rosanna might just be on like a weird team, like with Mihara or something. Or possibly doesn't make it on there at all. It's hard to say. We'll have to see how the challenge mode actually plays out. One reroll brings you back to when Sparks is rerolling for Modernia. Dude. How long was I rerolling for Modernia? That like went on forever. It was crazy. Like, it was, I don't know, 6, 7 months? I don't know how long I was doing that. I had a counter for it at the time. I was like, all right, day 97 or whatever, re-rolling Modernia. Okay, so let's do a little bit of campaign. Let's do. Oh, I'll show you where I'm on surface. By the way, so like I'm not that far. I'm not that far at all. Don't hate me. Okay. So here's my quest. I need to do this stuff. Because I just made it through this gate thing. And now I'm going into a new sector. So, yeah. Let me claim these AFK resources. Okay, we want to do some hard mode. We're going to do a little bit of hard mode. All right, chapter 39. We're on Whaley. And it's probably going to get Whaley hard. I need to bring back the puns. I used to open up a lot of videos with a really stupid pun. And then at some point, I kind of like ran out of puns. And stopped doing it. You haven't really been rolling for Librolio? Been spending your rocks and trying to get crit damage lines for Snow White? You know what? I totally respect that. I 100% respect that. I'm just trying to get my Librolio ready for this particular solo raid. Since I do solo raids so, like, rarely, I'm like, alright, if I'm gonna do this one, I want to, like, make sure I can do it, you know? You're stuck on this chapter on hard mode? Oh. Oh no. Bruh, I didn't say time to make Whaley hard. I said this stage is gonna be Whaley hard. Like really hard, but Whaley hard? No? Alright. So let's see how far we can get. Let's just go until I get stuck. Maybe that'll be one stage. Maybe it'll be here. Or maybe I'll make it all the way here to the boss. Who knows? But let's do it. I'll commit to going until I get stuck tonight. So far, this water team is pushing through these raptures pretty easily. The nice thing about this whole chapter being Water Week is that the Crown Helm team, like you're doing the natural weak point, you know? Also getting to use Summer Dorothy is pretty great since she's like really, really strong. Good AoE from Quincy there. So I think my next video will be
좀 더
the skin tier list video.
알겠어.
I'll probably do it either tomorrow or over the weekend, whichever I have more time. It seems like a fun one, and everybody was into the idea. There's a couple other videos that I want to do, but I think we'll do the skin tier list first. We'll make that the priority. Spoiler alert. Helm's dress is probably going to be pretty high up there. Like, it's not my favorite, but it's probably in the top 10. I think it's probably in the top 10. Have I encountered any of those ball raptors that move around a lot? Yes, there were a ton of them in the last chapter. Yeah, in chapter 38, it was like every stage had those like all over the place.
지금 우리는 누구에게도 지지 않아요. 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야. 함께 맞고하는 꼼꼼하게 막는 왕국의 일제 사격. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라.
They are some of the more annoying enemies.
리로드 커버 포켓. 함께 맞고하는 제가 앞장서 피하는 왕국의 피를 공격하세요. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라. 좋아, 계속하자. 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야. 함께 맞고하는 내가 가져갈게. 다음 왕국의 피다를 모두 무릎 꿇으리라.
You had to fight those at high deficit. SBS was the only option despite being electric weak.
좋아, 함께 맞고하는 전속 전진. 이지 스캐넌 발사.
I feel like MGs were quite good against them as well.
신속히 제압한다.
Like, I went through a lot of those stages just bursting with Modernia,
좀더 꿈을
because then she'll like auto aim no matter how much they zoom around and hit them for like multiple hits really easily.
그쪽으로 가드리죠. 궤도 활동 시작.
Volleyballs are the worst.
지켜보세요. 당신의 왕이 승리하는 모습. 함께 맞고하는 크라운 왕국의 비전. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라. 좋아, 계속하자. 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야. 함께 맞고하는 스케키시 크라운 왕국의 신속히 제압한다. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라. 이제야 둘만의 즐거운 시간을 이어갈 수 있겠네요.
Remember when jellyfish was the most hit rapture?
알겠어.
What are we calling the jellyfish? The ones that like stick out the like tentacles that stun you? Those are super annoying. And then obviously the jumping ones that like insta kill you are like super annoying too.
함께 맞고하는 스케키시 크라운 왕국의 신속히 제압한다. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라.
How much for Nayuta's gotcha skin? 50.
좋아, 계속하자. 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야.
50 USD. Too much, frankly, too much. Fortunately, you get a lot of other resources with it.
끝났군요. 이제 함께 쉬러 가시죠. 지휘관은. 서두르죠. 교전 개시. 훈련은 배신하지 않아. 함께 맞고
You hate the kamikaze raptors? Yeah.
제압한다. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라.
Yeah, dude, the ones that jump at you and then blow up right away. On some stages, it's just like an insta-death. Like, they'll spawn at the beginning and you're like, well, do I have the DPS to kill these right away? Hope so. Also, the, a other ones that can cause a big problem are the silence ones, which fortunately we took out fast enough. Like, if you don't get rid of the spawner for the silencing ones, that can be a huge problem.
지름길 루트가 있는데 교전 개시.
Can't wait to get new to skin. Most likely going to be swapping back and forth. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Talked about it before. I really like her original look too. There's also those weird camouflage ones. You could only target them manually with one nikke. Oh, yes. Although in theory, like, Crown would shoot at them, right? But yes. Have I had to stall a burst yet, like having one Rapture live to reburst? Yes, yes, I've done that multiple times. Just hold it. Like, you wait, you know, right before the boss spawns, or like you said, like, try and keep one alive so the next wave doesn't spawn, so you're ready for it. What's up, Bob? Welcome to the stream. Just came back from Padel. Do you know that game? I do not know that game, and I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Is it good? Tell me about it. Still mad that you can't cleanse or dispel silence? Like, how does silence not count as a debuff? Yeah. So what, then you bring in, like, Winter Mika as secret tech? That'd be cool if that worked. Although I don't even remember. What is her cleanse in? Is it in her burst? In which? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is killing me? Something just insta-killed Quincy. Maybe we can just keep going without her, because we still have all our burst 3s. I don't know what just, like, sniped her immediately. We're kind of managing fine without her now, but something like insta-shot her. Bob says the game he was playing is like tennis with glass walls. So, racquetball? Is there a way for you to view the burst animations for gacha skins you don't have? Or how will you review the animations? No, I don't think that function is in the game. But I've seen all the animations. I know what the animations are, if that's what you're asking. So when I'm doing the tier list, I will probably not include the animations in the video. But I know what they are. Oh, here we go. I think we're gonna have the quote-unquote volleyballs on this one. focused it down fast enough, though, that we didn't. Do I play a sport? I do not currently play a sport. If you're asking if I'm like actively like in competition for something, or that I like have something I play with friends all the time as far as sports go, no. A pro gambler? I guess you could say that. Technically that's true, I suppose. And I used to do sports, yes. And I guess if you consider very amateur racing to be motorsports, then I do that currently. You excel in the third half. In other words, sounds like you're not super into sports. That's funny, though. That's funny. All right, we're making it through, guys. We're on the second half of the whale. Honestly, so far, Chapter 38 is way easier for me at the moment than Chapter 37 was. Chapter 37 was a bit of a struggle. I had to do a lot more of, like, tweaking of teams and different tricks and stuff. I felt like the enemy types were often more difficult. Whereas there hasn't been, like, a major amount of resistance here so far. You're stuck on the volleyballs in 36. Yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, that's like a big part of why this stage is easier. Like, 36 and 37 had a ton of those volleyballs. Whereas 38, I think I've only seen them in like one stage so far. So it's just been like easier enemies to deal with. I also haven't encountered like a bunch of silence guys, which are on some stages. So far, 39 has been pretty standard battles without super frustrating enemy types. Currently stuck on the second Nihilister fight. Should be able to finish it in a couple days, though. That's definitely a wall for some people, too. Because it's just like a massive, like, CP, DPS kind of requirement. And there's not, like, a whole lot you can do to mitigate that in that fight.
조금만 기다려 주십시오. 함께 나타나니 끝까지 밀어붙여. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라. 좋아, 계속하자. 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야. 일제 사격. 밀어줘. 커버 부탁해.
Bob beat Silver and Blood Bear Stage 3. Wow, nice. Congrats.
승리를 가져왔답니다.
I'll try it again tonight. I'll try it again tonight. See if I can beat it.
숨길 루트가 있는데 알려줄까? 위험하니 물러서세요.
I want to say probably not, but I'll try it.
지켜보세요. 당신의 왕이 승리하는 모습. 미래도 함께 나타나니 내가 가져갈게.
Whoa, something just insta-killed
무릎 꿇으리라.
Helm. Let's retry that. Let me see what's shooting her.
우리의 존재를 증명할 때가 왔어.
Oh, let's kill this guy.
좋아, 계속하자.
Okay, that, yeah. Whale.
자유를 위해 가보실까나? 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야. 미래도 커버 부탁해.
Crown, or not crown. Helm still went down. Well, let's see how this goes without her. If we don't have another, like, fast sniping guy, we might be able to just, like, clear the stage anyway. Although having no healing is going to be pretty rough. Oh, come on. Right as I was going to burst, everybody died. Okay. Let's retry. Is Helm still solid without favorite item?
증명할 때가 왔어.
She's okay. In certain stages, like for instance fighting Nihilister, she's still going to be quite good. But for general use, without the treasure, not so good.
전과를 울리지 않으면
Naga's pretty good for hard campaign. That's true. We got all these core enemies. Ooh, it just pierces through the cover. Okay, so it pierces through the cover anyway. So I just have to kill those guys. Okay, maybe we don't go to Helm right away.
훈련은 배신하지 않아.
And maybe I just try and shoot them with Dorothy immediately. Oh no, they're kind of out of range. We're not doing much damage. Oh, no. Okay. I take that back. That was a good strategy. We made it.
걱정 말라고 했죠? 미래도 커버 부탁해. 좋아, 계속하자. 함께 나타나니 제가 앞장서 남북의 비극을 공격하세요. 모두 무릎 꿇으리라. 더 빠르게 할 수 있을 거야. 함께 맞이하는 아침을 기대하겠습니다.
Oh no, Crown died at the exact wrong moment. That's really unfortunate. Ugh, that's so annoying. Yeah, we're gonna die now. There's no way out of this.
함께 맞이하는 아침을 기대하겠습니다. 세상
Damn it. That was close. That was really close.
빨리 지휘관과 단둘이 아닙니다. 함께 나타나니
Quincy went down. Quincy went down.
모두 무릎 꿇으리라. 백성을 지키는 왕으로서 당신의 앞에 서겠습니다. 너무 많아.
I might need to switch to not using yeah, those enemies are not worth targeting.
모두 무릎 꿇으리라.
To not using Quincy for this stage potentially. Bruh. Okay, hold up. Let's see if we can just like generate burst super fast.
전투를 할 수 있다면 좋네. 함께 하도록 하지.
Yeah, Red Hood might be the way to go.
당신의 앞에 서겠습니다. 좀더 날카로운 검기. 함께 맞짱을
Nope, not quite fast enough. Okay. It's not gonna do it. So maybe it is Red Hood. Don't think I want to burst with it right away though. We'll try this.
전과를 울리지 않으면 함께 맞짱을 알려볼까?
There we go. Okay, okay. This is the second time we made it through that hurdle.
이렇게 하면 되었군요. 다 까먹었네.
Oh, I forgot I have the once a day animation on. Dude, she died in the middle of using her burst. That's so sad.